everybody, and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. Today we are going to be doing some pre-modern testing prior to the league here. And we're checking out another iteration of this green-red sorcery Ponza is what I'm calling it. I haven't thought of a fun name for it yet. But this is just after F. Paul's released his video, which his deck is originally based off of. So I made some modifications. The sideboard and main board look very similar to his now. I was toying around with it, and after seeing his video, I was kind of contemplating the Wish package if it was really worth it. I've played a Wish deck before. I used to play Wish Rock, and I didn't like Wish Rock very much. I'm not a huge fan of Wishboard builds. It's just not really my playstyle. So after seeing his league run through on this deck, I decided to completely swap out the Wishboard for what I think would be a little bit better here. I kept some of the pieces he had and cut some of the pieces, a couple pieces he had as well. Pretty much everything is the same. I believe the only thing main board that is different is that I will not be running a wildfire, and instead I'll be running a fun of one of Terravore. I think Terravore still has game. We have 25 lands. Our opponent's lands feed it as well. It doesn't come out with haste out of both the druids, but it's still very good. Anytime you draw this in the game, especially if you've cracked off, 3 stone rains plus the 1 or 2 wooded foothills, that's a 5/5 regardless. So that doesn't even count the wastelands. This deck is looking to get out a Magnivore, which has haste, and run someone over by surprise. So ultimately, we're running 24 sorceries, 1 earthquake, which is great for sweeping up the little buggers out in the format. Hilarious art on the 7th edition, too. Franz Volwinkle. Huge fan of this. Seeing these dinosaurs just take a quick L here, I don't know. It's hilarious to me. I'm a big fan of it. So we got 4 Firebolts, 2 Hull Breaches. This is our only way of dealing with opposing libraries and stuff like that. Main deck is probably going to be a bit of a weakness from us, what it looked like it was with F. Paul's, but every deck has to have its weakness, and I'm A-okay with that. 1 Pyroclasm, another way to sweep up the little bugger. So we got Earthquake and Pyroclasm for stuff like elves and goblins. 4 Rampant Growth. Super stoked to play on your deck. That's 60 cards Rampant Growth, flat out. Staple of EDH for a long time where I come from. So 4 Call of the Herds. I rock this art specifically because I have the Call of the Herds of this art. So we got 4 Pillages, 4 Stone Rains, pretty stock and standard here. I did think about maybe swapping in a Thermokarst or whatever, but I like staying slightly more base red. And Pillage also hits artifacts, and that is occasionally important. Magnivore is a key of this deck. Its power and toughness equal to number of sorceries in all graveyards, which is sick. And then Terravore is just a staple of the format. Oath of Druids. This is another staple. These type of decks. So running out Oath is really, really nice against creature decks. Sylvan Library helps us gain some advantage. I don't know if 2 is the correct number. I almost feel like 3. It's a great mirror breaker. It forces a lot of people who have Seal of Cleansings to decide if they want to deal with an Oath or with a Sylvan. So I am contemplating like maybe putting something else in the sideboard, like maybe 1 Hull Breach. I don't know, or Terravore cut and give another Sylvan, but that's a whole different concept. 25 lands. The major change that F. Paul's made was he got rid of the Dust Bowls and added in a Wastelands. So huge fan of the Wasteland. Card's awesome. I think it's a well-designed Magic card, in all honesty. There's some play for it in this format. It's not super oppressive. It's also not as impactful as you see in stuff like Legacy and whatnot. So I'm glad Wasteland's in. I got my gold borders in paper. So sideboard, mine's slightly different from F. Paul's. They're pretty much exactly the same. He had 1 Furnace, Phyrexian Furnace. I believe that card is extremely expensive on MTGO, which is why I don't own any. And also, the other day, I was at I went back to my hometown, which I'm not going to disclose, but fantastic game store there. Actually, I will disclose it. Deal Me in Games in Boyertown is like one of the best card stores ever. It's in Pennsylvania. If you ever get a chance for some reason you're in the area, visit them. The owner there does a ton of charity work, and he donates to a lot of local like old school events and stuff like that. He'll donate prizes for raffles and stuff. So loves doing it. I believe they've actually been to LobsterCon a couple times as one of the vendors. So They had a Grizzly Fate foil sitting in the binder. I had seen it in F Paul's video, so I scooped it up. I'm going to run this card in any deck that I can, specifically this one, because this is probably going to become like my deck that I run often. I have a foil version, I'm going to rock it. So this is kind of like my version of Wildfire that he has in his deck. So yeah, Grizzly Fate is one of the major changes. I only got 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Rebs. This is just stock and standard. Got to be able to fight the blue decks where you need to fight it. 2 Naturalize. One thing he does note about this deck is that you got to balance the number of sorceries versus instants you have post board. So Magnivore will get worse sometimes. We'll have to cut a couple Magnivores and replace them with some Baloths potentially, which is a-okay. 3 Pyroclasms as well. So this is again for those little bugger decks. 2 Naturalize to deal with like other enchantment issues at instant speed. And then we have a Reverend Silence, which is a sorcery way to deal with all enchantments as well. And then the Grizzly Fate is just sick. Getting Threshold is not hard in this deck, especially if an Oath ever goes off. So yeah, overall, we're looking to blow some lands up and blow some people out with Magnivore, I'm hoping. So I'm excited to run this through the league, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please leave some feedback for me in the comments if you have it, for any advice on editing, what you would like to see in the future in terms of like just decks or general ideas. So let's go on to match number 1. On to our first game. Here we go in our first game, playing red-green Hansa Sorcery. It's a bit of a slow hand, but I'm going to keep it. I kind of like where this is going, actually. Got a lot of power in our hand right now. Coming off of watching F. Paul's video, was able to tune up the deck a bit more. So I'm really excited to see how it runs. I took out the Wish package. I just liked what his deck looked like without the Wish package a lot more. Swamp, Duress. What are they going to name? In the blind? Swords. No swords from me. Sorry. They said, well, well, well. I love it. Alright, well, they got a Cabal Therapy hanging out over there. Yeah, it's a solid guess in this meta. What swamp they got? Some cool looking Odyssey swamps. Flashback. Probably gonna name Oath, maybe? Yep. That is a-okay to me, because I'm just gonna slam in a Sylvan Library and let that one get ripping. Ooh, are we on Clerics? Never got to play against this deck before. I have a black-white Cleric deck, actually, that I really enjoy playing. I'm gonna put that on top and that on top. And I think I'm just gonna start here with a Stone Rain. I believe they missed a land drop, so could be wrong though. Combat begins for them, very nice. I can get Call of the Herd up and running. I'll discard a Wasteland. Another one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll use its ability. Put that on top, and then that on top. And I think what I'm gonna do here is just filter 1. Really undo that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna For one, hit them with an earthquake. Yeah, lucky one of. Those headhunters would have got out of hand on me quick. Clerics is cool though. Yeah, I had Black, White, and Pioneer I put together. It's a really interesting concept for a deck, in my opinion. But okay, let's draw some cards here. Yes. Let me put that on top, that on top. Drop in a wooded foothills. I'm gonna go grab a forest just so I have it. And I think what I'm gonna do here is I think I'm going to hit him with a call of the herd. This is one of the ways I can stay ahead on board. Call of the herd plus treetop village gets me online really heavy. I got Sylvan going. Magnivore gets shrunk by the withered wretch. We got 3 cards in hand over there. We got some gas to work with. They can exile Call of the herd, but that eats up on their mana and they're not super flush. I would love some Stone Rain effects right now. Port is nasty because of treetop village. Okay. Let's see these top cards. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to float anything. Sorcery deck, so I don't gotta sweat it. Put on top of the library. Attack here. No blocks. Um, Call the herd. Sorry, my brain was just slugging there. They're going to be able to eat it, but again, we're taxing their mana in certain ways here. We're not losing the damage race. We can't do too many more Sylvan libraries. Yeah, like, okay. You want to eat that? That's fine. I mean, Magnivore here still has game. They can port me. That's fine. Okay. Yes, I would like to use that ability. I can do both of these. Top. I'm going to pay 4 to keep this in hand. One in that. For rampant growth. I know I'm kind of running the razor's edge here. And I am well aware of that. But Stone Rain them off the port. And then I'm just going to start the beats. Snuff out. Okay. I mean, I'm happy with that. We got Magnivore up and running. We have Sylvan Library still. They got 2 cards in hand to R1. Can't really attack. Okay. Yes, I would. Put on top and put on top. We're going to fire that up there. They can hit some stuff out of my graveyard, which would shrink me to a 1 on the Magnivore, which is totally fine. We have a pillage on top of the deck. Okay. All right. Fire up a treetop village. Move in and attack with all creatures. We're threatening lethal multiple ways next turn. So it's interesting. All right, GG's. Took the first game. Let's see how this plays out. I think Clasm's going to have a ton of work here. I actually don't hate... actually, I do hate Grizzly Fate. I'm going to assume we're going to need to hate the Graveyard as well. Earthquake has good run. Oath is not bad. They don't have a way to deal with it once it resolves. I think Hull Breach can come out. Bolts are important and they do good work for us. The Oath does need to resolve, which is a bit tough. I think Call of the Herd is worse here. Take out Terravor. They're going to hit the graveyard. It's going to be worse. I think just 3 pillages. See how this runs. Maybe we need to worry about enchantments, but I'm not 100% sure. Oops. I submitted a card short there somehow. Is my deck a card short? No. So I don't know how that happened. Well, I'm sorry, opponent. I didn't mean to do that. Don't even know how it allowed me to do that, in all honesty. Yeah, I feel bad. I don't mean to short my opponent or nothing, but okay, they want to tap me down. That's fine. I'm just going to pull up in Wasteland. Don't know how it let me submit 59. Legitimately confused about that. The rest, yep, there's a ton they can hit here. It's weird. Never had it let me submit like that number before, but is what it is. Nothing I can do. That's cool. I can kind of control what they see and what they don't see. Never knew that I could do that on my own. I only ever do it to my opponent. Took the call. Okay. Nice. There we go. Keeping it nice and level. Double hit on the druids. We're gonna play in Treetop Village just in case we can get a Stone Rain in time. They play a creature out here, they're gonna be able to hit the Stone Rain or the Magnivore. Withered Wretch. Exiling Call. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna Stone Rain. Double Magnivore. I wish I could do more, but I can't. Another land from them. So they're hitting their lands. I really like these Odyssey Swamps. They look sharp. What they got going on here? Anything good? Tap 3? What do they have, like Dystopia? No, that's for green permanents. Huh, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Priest of Gix. They're just gonna exile stuff, or they got a little chain going here. I played a Priest of Gix before, actually. It's a sweet card. I played them in like a mono black aggro deck I was rocking back in my time in PA. It was rad. Alright, well, we're never mad to see that. Okay. Pass that on through. Got Magnivores just routing in our hand. They're really tough against this deck. I should have brought in Baloths. What an idiot. Didn't even think about it. Baloths are great in this matchup. That's alright. Okay. Okay. Yep, let me see them. Um, hmm. I kind of want to keep all three, but top, top? Both the droids? There's not a lot of creatures left in the deck. Yeah, they're going to want to eat that graveyard best they can. It's funny because they're probably scared of Terravor. Who is? I have a fun of one of Terravor in the deck normally, but that's in the sideboard right now. Okay. Yeah, I should have had Baloth then. But that's alright. We can hit a land off this library. Okay. I don't have trample. Okay. Yes, I would like to use its ability. Fantastic. Okay. Alright, I would like to use this. Wow. Um, top, top. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. They can eat them up all they want. And yeah, we'll do it this way. Pyroclasm. They're gonna be nice though. They're gonna get to hit their own little bit of action. GG's. Yeah, it's a tough one. Pyroclasm's so powerful. I got lucky. We already had one in the bin. So great first match with this. Really like the way this feels. So excited for the next one. And let's get on to it. All right, on to match number 2. We are on the draw here, and we have ramp and some disruption and a call of the herd. Goblin Lackey, that's going to be a large issue for us. We have no way to deal with that. Just going to put in a forest and pass. Lackey's going to hit. Let's see what they drop. Please no Siege Gang, Ringleader. That's not good either. Hit a Siege Gang, a War Chief, and a Matron. And a Mog. Yeah, we aren't going to get out of this. So, I don't want to reveal what deck I'm on. I'm going to keep it chilling. Pyroclasm in. I don't think Naturalize is going to have any run here. Oath is good. Library could be good, but not 100% sure. Terravore could be good here. I think Sylvan might be a little slow. Both can be very good, but they have a lot of disruption for it. So I'm just going to bring in these, and I'm going to submit my deck. I didn't want to reveal what I was on. I know we're testing, but I'm trying to do this best I could. Stan's a great cat to play against. I will take the play here. Yeah, I like this. They have another turn 1 Lackey. I can Firebolt it on turn 2 or play Oath. All right. Maybe I should have played Treetop there to guarantee that I could Stone Rain next turn, but I wanted to leave Pyroclasm as an option. All right, I'm going to go grab Basic Mountain, and I'm going to Stone Rain. Okay. Play that and say go. Could have Firebolted. Just going to head that up top. And you know what? We're here, we're now. I will go to combat and I'll beat him with a Treetop Village. All right. Let me Stone Rain this mountain. Say go ahead. There's a chance they could just straight up kill me here. Port. Destroy the port. Trying to get Magnivore large enough. Okay. Tap down the land. That's fine with me. Gem Palm Incinerator gets cycled. Wonder if they're on like a Living End build. Is it Living End? Never remember the gosh darn name of it. It's a 5-mana black. Spell that brings all your goblins back from the graveyard. Don't know if Hull Breach has any run here. Maybe that's something we can take out. Mog Fanatic. Wasteland. Magnivore. Gonna get my beats in. I'm gonna let him have an Oath trigger once. I can hit this with my own Hull Breach. Siege Gang would be good here for me. I would actually not mind it if they hit a Siege Gang. Because I could Pyroclasm, then Breach, clean all this up. Choosing a target here. Okay. Gem Palm Incinerator. Kind of a bummer for him. I'm not gonna run out of Pyroclasm on just that. War Chief. Okay. That sounds good to me. Okay. Target them. Very nice. 2 6/6s here. We should be able to cap them out. with a pyroclasm. All right, good games, good games. I don't know. I don't hate Hull Breach hitting my own oath, but don't know if that's really the best move here. Maybe it's Baloth. I kind of like Baloth against them. Yeah. I don't know if this is a Grizzly Fate matchup. I kind of feel like it might be, but it's also a bit slow. I would really like to be in the business of Firebolt this turn as well. Ooh. I don't know what happened to my message. I have to mulligan this, sadly. I can keep this. And I'll bottom my Mossfire Valley. I know this seems soft, but an Earthquake here can help stabilize, followed up by a Pyroclasm. We're never mad about that. Yeah, I know. I know that we're testing, but I am trying to play this kind of as real as possible. All right. And I'm just going to put in another mountain. We're in a bit of a control roll right now, where I'm just going to keep on playing this out. Bluff and I only have red mana. Lackey. Okay. Got 4 cards in hand. I do think this is a time where I just want to Pyroclasm. Okay. Yep. One up top. No problem with me. Keep it moving. They have another Lackey. That's okay. I thought about leaving the Lackey and letting it deploy something like a Siege Gang, but I didn't feel a need for it personally. Yep. War Chief. I need to find, like, something to defend with here, or my goose is going to be cooked, because this Earthquake hits me as well. I'm going to go grab, I think, one more Forest, and just pass it through. Okay, Goblin King. Mountain Walk. I'm not finding any gas here, which is part of the issue. Earthquake for 2 kills them. So 1, 2. Done. And then pillage on a mountain. Okay. I'm out of answers. I need to draw something other than a gosh darn land right here. Well, I have an answer. I spoke too soon. Just gonna grab a forest and keep it moving. I could force the action on Wooded Foothills. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm going to go down to 6 here. Legitimate issue. I need to draw. Alright, yeah, that's going to be 4 total damage. Man. Open the floodgates. I have 25 lands in this deck, so this is not super uncommon. But it is tough. I mean, I'm pretty much dead. Like, I need to draw an elephant, and they don't. I mean, there's a land. Kraken. They grab a forest. Ringleader. That's such a problem for me. I don't know if I. Ooh, and a siege gang. The issue is I can't even find mana denial. Yeah. GG's. Drew all lands. So good games. You know, hey, if we our opening hand was a bit tough, game 3 there, but it was close. I like playing against goblins. It's a really fun deck. Sick basic, by the way, on that forest. So, you know, we took the L, but 1-2 versus goblins. I think that we had a good chance if we would have had a different hand on the third game. So let's get on to the third match. Here we are on the third match of our testing series. We have a bit of action here, and I think I'm going to keep this. I like Firebolt for early disruption. Okay. Swamp out of the opponent. Duress. They got a lot of hits here. Pillage, Library, Firebolt. See what the opponent wants to take. It's a library. I believe that's the correct call as well. I'm going to say okay and pass it on through. Mesmeric Fiend here would be kind of nasty. Factory, it's a wasteland target. See what they want to do here. We have a line to take out their factory. And we also have a line to really limit their resources. I'm just going to hit their factory now. I'm going to hold this Firebolt in case we get a good target for it. This Terravor's looking like it's about to be in play, potentially. Oh, Wasteland off the top is nasty. Just going to keep hitting their resources here. We have a good clip of lands in the deck. Okay. I'm going to play Wooded Foothills out here. I would like to protect my Mossfire Valley in case they have their own wasteland that they're bagging. Okay. Mossfire Valley. Gonna fetch right here. What do I want to grab? I have red, green. I don't think I want to lose with this hand my green source. So I'm going to pillage that land. And this is moving through pretty nice, in all honesty. GG's. All right. I like that. Looks like they're on some kind of brew here. So I'm going to just proactively bring in a Pyroclasms. Don't think that Hull Breach is going to have much run out of the red-black deck. Earthquake could be good. Maybe only 2 Pyroclasms here. And I think I'm just going to send it again. Not 100% sure what they're on. You know, we got a lot of hits that, you know, certain things hit and certain things don't. Maybe Oath isn't great against them, but not sure. If this is Machine Head, then they should have some creatures to play in against. There's a debate for Crypt as well, but not 100% sure what they're on. So I don't think we've played against this particular opponent yet. Ooh, this is an interesting hand. I think I'm going to mulligan it, though. All right, I like this a lot better. Keep this. I'm going to bottom... I believe the Magnivore. I think I'd like to protect that if at all possible. Bloodstain Mire. I don't want them to know about Magnivore. Duress here. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Kind of a cool art on this Duress as well. I don't dislike it. I know that the old art's really sick, but the Duress with like the needles for a while just wasn't my favorite art, to be honest with you. So I kind of enjoy this. Oath. Interesting. Okay, so they are a creature-based deck then. Okay. Just going to put in Treetop Village and pass on through. If we get this library up and running, that would be beautiful. This is an interesting deck build as well, because I always wonder if... I want to hit Sylvan Library here. Okay. They're de-gloving my hand. Would be the best way to put it, I believe. They've now seen the Stone Rain as well. So they know about the 4 in my hand. They play a Tainted Peak. Reveals 3 cards from their hand. Choose and discard one of those cards. Took the Firebolt. Okay. We like that. I'm going to run out that right there. I'm just going to keep it pushing. We got land destruction. We got ways to deal with them. So we don't have a way to kill a creature unless it's an artifact. Ravenous Rats. Okay. I will discard the Pillage. Let them have perfect information. Interesting, no flashback on the Cabal Therapy. Here. I'm going to take them off of red, I think. Stone Rain. They may think that they don't know what's in my hand. So I drew a second Stone Rain. I mean, kind of, you know, I don't know if they've really been interested in Tainted Peak at a reprint. It's news to me. They get in with their rat. Earthquake. We don't hate that. And we're going to Stone Rain that swamp as well. We are winning this race. So. Okay. They have a swamp. Blackmail. Earthquake. They can have it. They can get in with the rats. No qualms with me. Let's see what we draw here. Call the Hurt would be nasty. Less nasty now. But that's okay with me. I'm just going to fire up Treetop Village and I'm going to get to work. And if I get another piece of mana, I can always flashback this Firebolt to take them off of flashback for Cabal Therapy. I feel like Machine Head is really tough against this deck because we do have manlands. I don't know if that's a real thing, but that's how it feels to me at least. Treetop Village. So even if this one dies, we'll have another one to fire up. I'm just going to get in there. So not really at card disadvantage. Unless they have a Wasteland, then it's like a kill spell and a mana denial. But yeah, I mean, they could always, you know, they could always piece of spot removal for one of my Treetop Villages is a very real thing as well. But now we have the option to Firebolt. If we would so like to. And I'm going to fetch here for a green source. But I don't actually think that we care. Fire this up. And fire this up. I'm just going to get to work. All right, they're putting the rats on it. It's fine with me. Keep it pushing. Again, this is a tough part. I played Machine Head before, and I actually like Machine Head. I got no qualms with it. All right, GG's. They packed it up. A little 2-0 action here. So, like the way that ran, and, you know, tough one with the mana denial, but excited to see this deck kind of functioning well. So, see you guys in the next match. On to match number 4 here. We are on the play against Bearded Loki. Oh boy. We got a little too many lands, I think. I think that's going to be a mulligan send back. Little bit slow, but I'm going to keep it. Bottom of Treetop Village. We can draw an untapped land here. We'll have some run. Bit of an odd hand. No exact... I mean, honestly, a Wasteland here is kind of... Ooh, that's not devastating at all, actually. We just drew a basic. We're going to go grab a second red source here. So we're going to be able to Treetop Village and Stone Rain next turn. Windswept Heath. That is showing me big Geddon vibes here. Ooh, no, wait. Are we on Aloran? Meddling Mage. What are they going to name? Stone Rain proactively? Both the Druids. We're all right with that. We don't need an oath. Where we're going, we don't need an oath. Treetop Village. Alrighty. Meddling Mage is such a sick card. I never can find a deck that I really enjoy that plays Meddling Mage in this format, sadly. Alright, got the Ruins. We got some Band Control here or something. What do we got going on? Wall of Blossoms. This must be a Lauren combo, right? Has to be, it feels like. Call the Herd. Interesting. So what I think we're going to do here is we're going to Rampant Growth, go and grab a mountain, and then Call the Herd. We can flash back, we can Magnivore. We have a lot of options next turn. I think we're going to Magnivore, though. See what they got going here. Wall of Blossoms. Very nice. Magnivore beats through that. So no downside for us there. They're tapped out. I'm going to waste. And then I'm going to Magnivore. And I'm going to get sideways with a Magnivore. Next turn we can flashback token. Maybe, depending on what we grow or what we draw. Okay, no blocks. Very nice. I think this is a Lauren combo. I'm really not sure. Some kind of Bant beautiful mess. Swords here could be devastating. But also not really, because we have so many 3s to beat through with. Forest. I love these Onslaught Forests. Got 1 or 2 of these in a foil. I have some Onslaught Precon decks. Alright. See what we got here. Another Treetop Village. I think what I do here is I boot up a village. And we start beating. Just going to get it in here. Swords. Fair enough. Means next turn we can flashback Elephant. Without less of an issue. I would like some land destruction here. Being able to take them off another color would be fantastic. I think I have enough mana. Yeah, I do have enough for a land destruction and a flashback call. Reflecting Pool. That's a wasteland target. Wall of roots. So they're clogging up the board here. We don't have a really good way to deal with this. Survival. Interesting. Hull breach is live then. It's another one of the possibilities. Come on, give me something good here. We get some beats in. For their meddling mage. I think we have one pyroclasm main, which would clear out this mage. Mossfire Valley. Okay. We're not mad about that. And one. Flashback Call of the Herd. And then we can just chill for now. We're playing off the top. No need to attack. We can't get through their walls at this moment. Okay. They got a squee in the bin. I think this is a luring combo. Pretty sure this is. Cool deck. I heard about it on, I forget what podcast I was listening to where they talked about this recently. But I never actually got to play against it. So, kind of dope. Wish I could find a wasteland here to take out this reflecting pool, but sadly no dice. Let's see. Okay. Another meddling mage. Let's see what they name here. Wildfire. I do not have wildfire in my build. These are the type of moments where you probably would want a wildfire. Raven familiar. Okay, there we go. That is confirmation. Okay. Pyroclasm into Oath of Druids would be dope here. So let me invest in success. Let me go grab another forest. So 1, 2, 1. They can't quite block everyone. So let me fire this up. And let me fire this up. And let's go get sideways. Next turn we can boot everybody up if they're still around. Blossoms. What do they want to do over here? Wall of roots. Survival. They're gonna grab like a Man of War, maybe. Yep. It's okay. Everything has game here at least. They lost a mana source, which is big, I believe. They can bounce an elephant token, which sucks, but is what it is. Plains. We knew about that. Another wall of roots. Clogging up the ground. Can't get through very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're still at 4 out of the yard. Yep, elephant token gets Das Boot. Okay. Man, oh man. All right. Let's 1, 2 fire up. And then 1, 2 fire up. And then 1, 2 fire up. I believe we still get to push damage unless they want to block with something here. Or they could just not block and we get lethal. Double block would suck from like a meddling mage and a mana war or something. They do have ways to gain infinite life in this deck, so that's another problem as well. You have a Maya Coast. This type of concept does make me think like maybe there's room for some kind of action there. No mage in for an attack. I would kill for that one of Pyroclasm. But we still got 43 cards left in the deck. Seeing that is unlikely. They have a ton of action here with survival. They want to drop their Wall of Roots one, survival, kick, grab. They have their squeeze still. They probably could assemble the entire combo almost here. So yeah, discard the squee. We're definitely going to want to bring in some naturalizes, since survival and Aloran are both a big part of this. Both are enchantments, so wouldn't hate to bring them in. I think our hand was just a little too slow as well. We were on the blind, so we didn't really know what the opponent was on. We had a little bit quicker of a hand. Might have been helpful. Spike feeder. I don't know if they assembled it right here or not. Raven Familiar have flash? No. Okay, they go to their end step. That does not have Pyroclasm. Alright, I believe that I'm pretty much locked up here. So I'm going to go to board. Pyroclasm has run here, as does Naturalize, as does all of these. So that's 9 cards to hit, as does Reverence Silence. I think we need to fight them on our axis, not their axis. Firebolt is very good here. We can stick an Oath. That'll be really good. Earthquake can clean stuff up. Don't think Terravor is really the axis we want to fight on, which means I can probably cut Stone Rains. I think Library helps with card selection. Pyroclasm takes out a lot of their important pieces. We're going to hit them with the GGs. Let's see. I've never played this deck, so I have no clue how to board. Maybe Rampant Growth just isn't where we want to be. Alright. We'll have to go with this. Let's see how it works out for us. Losing on the play, though. Deck feels a little soft to this type of thing. Ravenous Baloth also gets the Tangle. But I don't know. They do have swords. We don't have any recursion for it. One of. We're not doing anything here. I think we need a mulligan. Doing something, but it's kind of slow. I'll keep it though, and I will bottom a Firebolt. Treetop, Forest, Oath. That's going to be what we're going to be looking for here. Carplusion Forest too, in case anyone was confused. I actually just bought this deck as well, all in paper. I really like the way this plays. I had a lot of pieces for it, but I was missing just a lot of the random like lands and obviously Magnivores, stuff like that. So Mossfire Valley, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Oath of Druids. No Mana Tithe. So I don't gotta worry about that. Next turn we can herd. You got their planes. Sick Portal Planes as well. It's old border arts are just chef's kiss on the lands, in all honesty. Treetop Village. This is the axis I'm going to start fighting them on. They're probably not going to deploy a creature until, yeah, they find a Naturalize. I was just about to say. It's all right. We'll have a call here. We'll get on a nice little conference call. I hope they play a meddling mage. Nice. See if they're proactive enough to name Firebolt. Both the druids. That makes sense. I don't care too much about that, but what I do want to do is just yoink that from existence and then filter that and one. Very nice. Get this train going. Is it my turn instantly? Wow. Okay. In that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna filter red, red, and one more for a Magnivore. And if they want a swords, they can swords. I don't know if they meant to auto pass like that or not. I really don't. Okay. No upkeep activities. Got a land drop. What do we got? There's a survival. We need to find an answer for that. That is going to be a must here. I think. I think we just do this. I don't control a force, so it doesn't even matter. um, I think I just reverence silence. It's gonna puff my Magnivore as well. I don't have a force at this moment, so I'm not able to just, you know, have him gain 6. Gilded Drake. Retro. Go grab. What'd they grab? Squee? Probably double squee, I'm gonna guess. Force the issue pre-combat because it pumps the Magnivore. Is why I'm doing in this order as well. Mana War. Okay. Let's get in there. Next turn we have Magnivore. Even if they bounce the Magnivore, it's still a bad look for them because they are then facing down another Magnivore with haste. So that's why I kind of like this card. The haste is not non-zero. They're going to take a pain to play it if they want to. That's an Aloran. Not paying their mana cost as though they had flash. Okay. Um, Wasteland. I'm going to hold back this other Magnivore. I'm just going to swing full lethal here and see what they want to cast. I know that this puts me back on a land drop. I'm not blind to that. Squee. Mana War. I'd personally bounce a Treetop Village. Could take the token though. Okay. They're going to take 3. All right. Okay. Fine with me. I'd actually love to find another Wasteland. Eat that coast next turn. So you can't cast any counters. I mean, I could just fire up 2 Treetop Villages and call it a day. If that was the axis I wanted to try and fight this on. But I don't think it is. Oh, maybe it is actually. Did we just make them have it? I think we do actually. We'll bluff it like we don't have anything better to do. Go and attack. Okay, Wall of Roots, that's a real issue, and Squee. Gosh darn it. Well, we can at least knock the Squee. Or maybe even the... We have to actually... They have to fully block here. So they're going to just have Squee and Mana War left over. Since I have Trample? I never knew that. Huh. I feel kind of stupid now. GG's. Alrighty. Yeah, like a surprise Terravore. I kind of like that line. Earthquake is really good. I still think Pyroclasm is good against them. Obviously, the walls are an issue, but there is certain tricks you can run with that. I don't know how many counters they run. So maybe we trim a Reb and bring in a Terravore. And I actually think that we should have Crypt in as well. So what's just not as good? They really fear Oath of Druids, but they're probably going to have answers to it. So I think Crypt is just going to run better as this. Submit this and keep this moving. We took a game, so I kind of like how that played out there. They have a lot of access to beat us on, in all honesty, but I think that the Elephants is one of the mirror breakers, or not mirror breaker, but one of the deciding factors of this. I'll keep this. I can Firebolt, I can Pyroclasm, I've called the Herd. Whatever they set up, we can kind of work with. That's going to get bolted. Except it's not your normal bolt, it's a Firebolt. City of Brass. Another one. Don't think it's worth to Pyroclasm. So I'm just going to push this through. We have Reverend Silence and to call the Herd next turn if that's what we desire. If they drop an Aloran right now, right here. Okay. Meddling Mage. Do they respect Pyroclasm? They don't. Okay. Well, we're about to teach them the power of street knowledge. And one, and just wipe that board right off. They're at 3 cards in hand, we're at 5. They go to 6 here, or they just play more spells than us? Survival, that's fine. If they want survival online, it's gonna hurt them here. So I'm gonna play Mossfire. I'm gonna call. And then I'm gonna cast that. I'm just gonna sweep up the survival right now. Gives them more life to use the City of Brass. I don't think City of Brass is ever our win con, to be honest with you. So they're probably gonna go get a Squee. Which is okay. We can live through that. Got a Cavern Harpy. Maybe they just have the combo online. Oh no, they discarded a Cavern Harpy. Sorry. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Search, do what you gotta do. Discard your Squee. See what they grab here. Wall of Roots. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, okay. Squeeze back in their hand. So they're going to have 4 here. One's a wall, one's a Squee. The wall can clog up the board for them a bit. But they do have to respect it still. Okay, Travis Ruins. They have a forest as well. So it's 4 Squee, Wall of Roots, and 1 mystery card right now. Blue. Was it a Raven? I kind of like Travis Ruins, in all honesty. I think it's an interesting card. Okay, so that's the wall of roots. Blue and a green. Raven Familiar. There you are. Kind of like Raven Familiar, in all honesty. I think it's a cool card. They pay the echo cost, and we'll just yoink it. Not a big deal. Oh boy. Never ever mad to see that. One of these, and one of these. For a Magnivore. I'm going to attack with both and see what they want to do here. It's a good rip off the top. One of our best rips, actually, off the top. Swords. All right. Okay. We can get them to use that wall of roots 2 more times. Or next turn, if we can line up another wall of roots block on Elephant Token, follow up with Pyroclasm, there's game there. So that's what I kind of like about it. They're paying the echo. That is a good sign for us. They have a squee in their hand. Forest. We knew about that. Okay. Might be able to get a nice blowout next turn. Okay. Ball of Blossoms. Alrighty. I'm A-okay with that. I'm going to attack. Whatever they block with, if they block, is going to die. Okay. Pyroclasm. And a call. We're just going to keep bringing the elephants. Other wall of blossoms. All right. They have a line of defense, though. Another Raven. Meddling Mage. Probably going to, I would name Call the Herd personally. But. Oh, the Druids again. Wow. Okay. For a flashback. Where is my graveyard at? There it is. Flashback Call the Herd. Say, okay, I'm going to just keep it pushing. Once we get 4 elephant tokens, we can start putting some pressure on them. If they want to discard a squee, it's going to cost them. It's a Raven Familiar. Digging, digging, digging. They can find a swords here, you know? They have certain things. Could you imagine if Scavenging Ooze was in this format? Like, look at their graveyard right now. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze would be smacking its lips. Eating up everything in sight. I'd love a man land as well. Even a piece of land destruction to take them off of like Trevor's Ruins, so they got to start actually using City of Brass no matter what for their whole deck. They want to go outside of a green drop. There's game there as well. City of Brass. Cavern Harpy. Okay. We got a little bit of a wombo going on here. Bounce Raven Familiar. Okay, unstep. Very nice. Cancel, cancel. What's going on here? I guess it doesn't really matter, actually. They can line up 3 blocks here and bounce this. They can block, bounce. Yep. And they'll pay a life. Send it back to its owner's hand. And then I'm going to play Forest. I'm going to filter for a flashback call of the herd. Keep it pushing. We can rip Pyroclasm off the top. I mean, heck, if we could rip a Earthquake, even. So they got their little combo they can run. It costs them 2 life to do it. They want to drop, gain card advantage, yada yada. This is a survival. We're looking pretty bleak. Okay. I'll hit them. I got no choice. It's going to be destroyed anyway. So, may as well clear out their yard. That way they can't deal with it or do anything. Now, the 4 elephants, they can't just Cavern Harpy block and negate any damage. They're going to have to block with something like Utabi, Orangutan, or whatnot. Any attacks from them? No. Okay. Attack with all creatures. Okay. Sure. Boop. And boop. Flashback Firebolt. Snipe a Wall of Roots. I'm just taking them off another mana source. They got pain lands. I'm gonna make them use them. What do we got here? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oy vey. Find me a Naturalize. Because they can go and get Spike Feeder now. They have the Cavern Harpy. Spike Feeder helps them stabilize quite a bit. Another Wall of Roots, though. Okay, they're going to take another Pain. Or another Wall of Roots. Alright. Okay. We're never mad. We never complain to the gods when they grant us any kind of love. Damage is damage against this mana base. They need a swords. Okay. They're going to sacrifice the orangutan? No, because again, their life total just doesn't matter as much because they have the Spike Feeder bounce. It's not infinite. If they get a Lauren, then they're pretty much set up for life. Wall of Roots is already deployed here as well. Still a pain version of a blue source. They can go and get Spike Feeder and do a lot of stuff with that. Because they have the gain life, Cavern Harpy, bounce it, and start doing that kind of loop. That should net them, what, 3 life a turn? It might even be more with their current mana base. Or maybe actually be, I can't know. It gains what, 4? each. So it would be, it's a tough one. I'm not 100% sure, actually. It might be able to stabilize, but if we get another piece of like land hate or honestly a pyroclasm would not be bad. Another wall of roots. Interesting. Already pumped away a squee. What are they going to do here? Oh, Raven Familiar. This is interesting. I don't know why they haven't gotten the Spike Feeder yet. Maybe they think they just like need the Alluring or they're going to lose. I mean, honestly, Firebolt wins here too. Like if I can find a Firebolt, they don't have a counterspell. I win. That's not a Firebolt, but that's more damage. They're gonna need to block more going forward. I mean, I'm gonna send the house. They have 5 blockers. I'm banging in with 4. They're gonna have to do something about us. Okay. Keeping the Raven Familiar around, that's for sure. Yep. They can't Waller Roots this turn, so they're gonna have to use Brass if they really feel the need. All right. They can always Brass for Spike Feeder. Raven Familiar, they might have to actually pay the Echo cost on, which isn't the worst, but it's also not the best for them. Cavern Harpy costs a life. They need a Spike Feeder here. Okay. They're a little bit taxed on mana. Got 5 total here. Okay. Spike Feeder. No. Ooh. Okay. I think they can dig out now. I think all they need is they have their blue-black Cavern Harpy. Yeah. Hold on. Is that Infinite Life? I think that's Infinite Life, I believe. Okay. Let me see my draw. I don't think I have anything here that can take care of this. But I think I'm dead. Yep. GG's. Yep. GG's. Great game. Really good game against the Lorne. Unfortunately, we just could not get there. Too much stuff clogging up the board. So really fun match. So excited to see more of this. And hope you guys, enjoyed this one. So look forward to more Lorne in the league and on to the next one. Cheers. Here we are on the final match of our testing period on the draw. And we're going to have a keep here. Got some lands. Got some land destruction. I'm going to play a Wooded Foothills and pass. Let's keep her moving. Wooded Foothills for a little crackaroo. Green-white. This is a strong chance this is getting. All right. Well, we got a Hull Breach target. Or we could Rampant Growth. Kind of whatever we want to do here. Okay. I think we fetch. Go and grab a mountain. Mossfire Valley. And destroy target enchantment and blow up that Sylvan Library. We do not want them to get the advantage on us here for cards. City of Brass. What do we got going on this side of the battlefield here? Black? They're gonna duress me? Wall therapy. Okay. Probably name an oath. That's what I would name. Call the herd. No call. They see the hand though. They see what's going on. I'm probably gonna take them off of planes. They're gonna flash this back. No, they are not. Some kind of combo deck. I'm going to drop in a Carplusion Forest, filter it, and I'm going to Stone Rain their plains. We can hit everything else with a Strip Mine, or sorry, a Wasteland. Everything's going to cost them a pain if they have it. Another Cabal Therapy. Can't hit Treetop. That's a positive. Pillage. Alrighty. Are they going to flash back and hit Magnivore? Because if not, I'm going to let that thing hit the Stratosphere. No, they're not. That Wasteland is dirty business there. But I want this in play. Oh, man. The way this works with MTGO is such a pain. There we go. Magnivore is going to get in. Okay. I'm going to Wasteland, Treetop Village, Rampant Growth next turn. If they would like to flash back, they can. Living Wish. Oh man, what do we got going on over here? This looks sick. Ooh, is this combo? Okay. Is this like the that combo deck we played? Wow. Okay. Let's go. Wasteland? Next 1 damage that be dealt to this. Dealt to target creature instead. So this thing can stick around regardless. 1, 2. I think what I'm going to do here is just Earthquake for 1. Actually, no. Next 1 damage. Dealt to target creature instead. Let me just move to combat. Let me just attack. Okay. Okay. So then what happens if I Earthquake for 1? Okay. Okay. Wait, what? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm very quiet. I don't understand. I'm not going to sit here in front about it. Uh, I'm such an idiot. Completely forgot. Reading the card tells you what the card does. Oh boy. Well, alrighty. So they just have combo here then, right? So you should be able to do this, and then they flip the power and toughness, I'm pretty sure. I don't have any spot removal that's effective against this deck. What did they just do? Pay 3 life. How do you how do you gain life? I'm not really seeing what the infinite combo is. Maybe I'm just blind. Real possibility. Yeah, that's fine. Ah, I see. Makes sense. GG. Cool. Good games, good games. Alrighty then. Let us begin sideboarding. No clue what we're gonna do against them. Looks like Naturalize is gonna have some run. So will Reverend of Silence. I don't know if Pyroclasm is gonna work or not, but we're gonna bring it in. Both the Druids has run here. Rampant Growth probably takes too long to develop. Earthquake doesn't hit Bird. I think it's on the potential chopping block. And they have a library. They have such a bad mana base. I think I can take them off of it. Cool. Thanks for the heads up. First time playing. Alrighty. Ooh, that's a mulligan. Alright, we can have fun with this. Let's drop in a wooded. Ooh, yeah. Alright, that's fine. Wooded foothills at the bottom. Wooded foothills. Okay. Windswept teeth. Yeah, I'm fine drawing some more lands. Wooded foothills. Pass. Pop. Okay. Mountain. Firebolt. Pass. Okay. City of Brass. Okay. Living Wish. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. So they need black for their combo to pop off. Black and white. So they're going to grab that little bugger. Okay. You grab a mountain. Let me grab a forest. Drop this in. I'm going to hit one. For a pillage on the City of Brass. Without black, I don't. Well, I guess they could do it with a land as well. So they could still do infinite life that way. Okay. I don't know. I'm not great at this. I'm not a genius. Oh, I shouldn't have X'd out of that. That was stupid. Okay. Starlit Sanctum. Okay. Brutal. Okay. I think what I do here is I invest in an Oath of Druids. They have the creature that does work for them. They have a black source now. But I also have a naturalize. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm dead. Because they would need all 4 mana, I believe, to play their creatures out. Living Wish again. Okay. Okay. Punk Realist, being the realist on the block. Land here. Terrorvore. Terrorvore. One of in the deck. Leaving up a mountain. I don't know. I think that they might have a combo. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm just going to be honest with everybody. End step, okay. Firebolt. I like to see that. And I'm going to firebolt that. And keep it moving. Another land that I can play Call the Herd and leave up Naturalize. Eladamri's Call, okay. Sick that they get to play this, by the way. Love this card. Academy Rector. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Nomads. Okay. Okay. Huh. That is not land destruction, sadly. Okay. So now they just have Uber blocks. Okay. Okay. So we were blocked out. Alrighty. So they have infinite life. Sorry, everyone. I'm just trying to understand what they're doing over here. Ball therapy. Hull breach. They're probably going to sacrifice Monk Realist, grab Naturalize. That's what I would do. Okay. So they have infinite life right now. So what if I do this? Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So I attack elves. Okay. I attack. I said still attack. Nomad gets a free block, but it doesn't, because this forces the issue here. The Rector. Ooh, I see now. Okay. Am I locked then? Yeah. GG's. Sorry, everyone. I was a bit silent there at the end. I was trying to work through this with my opponent. I'd like to learn. Worthy calls, super dope art, but good match. Good match. Infinite combo, vector loop, kind of cool. Really, really sick. I like this type of stuff. This is unique. I don't ever see any of this kind of stuff. So let's get over to the deck recap. All right, everybody, a little recap here we got going on. So we ended up overall this league in a 2-3 match record. Our game record was 6-6, so we had a 50% game win rate, which is not horrendous. It felt like we were really, really good against low down creature decks. So I think this has a lot of game against goblins, against elves. Even though we lost our goblin matchup, that last game we flooded really bad. And I think if we would have had just a smidge more action, a little bit less lands, we would have had a fantastic run for being able to mop people up or mop up those goblins and put some pressure on it. They were just able to pressure us, and we had a lot of removal, but we just had to kind of pick and choose. They got a lot of sack removal. It's tough. But I think we're really, really good against low down creature. That was sort of noted by F. Pauls in his video. And we also played 2 heavy discard matchups of Mono Black and Machine Head, and we were 2-0 against both of them. So I think we have a lot of run against any discard strategy. We are very, very weak to combo, though. As we saw against the Cleric combo, we were very rough. That's a lot of that comes into our removal just being really tough. If they can get bigger than us, it's really, really nasty. And we also saw removal being an issue with Alluring combo. So Alluring combo, we weren't able to, X for, we weren't able to clean any of the stuff off the board unless they chose to block. Even then, it didn't always work if they had a 5 toughness wall of roots or whatever. I think that we need to kind of reevaluate the sideboard. I do believe that maybe we drop a Pyroclasm. We drop one of these, and we add another Earthquake to the sideboard just to give us some game against stuff like Alluring. Cleric combo is really tough. We have no ways to exile it. Luckily for us, that's not exactly a top meta. I also question this Reverent Silence. I don't know if this is really the move in the sideboard or not. It does give us 5 pieces of interaction with enchantments, which are pretty gosh darn big right now. But I think instead, what I'm going to look for is maybe another big spell. Maybe Wildfire is the move. I'm not 100% sure. So I bought this deck out in paper. There's a lot of stuff to still test with it, but I think we have a lot of upside with this. And I think there's a lot of action we can kind of get going with it. So I do think, if Life Gain becomes a problem, we could always throw Furic Vortex in the side and make it so they can't easily deal with it. I got some more. This is what I'm going to run through this coming league with. So I think there's a lot of room to improve, but I kind of want to see how it fares in an open league and see what our record through there looks like. I'm going to make a couple tweaks for that league, I believe. And I think I'm going to run probably, we'll see what we put in the sideboard to try and deal with stuff. So hope everybody enjoyed. This is 3-2 Brew. If you've watched this far, I appreciate you. Leave a comment if there's anything you have a question on or any feedback or tips you have against matchups or whatnot. I love reading and answering comments. I've had some really nice words recently from people, and I just appreciate it as a dude who just likes playing Magic the Gathering, doesn't have a lot of people to talk to about 60 card. I appreciate any conversation. The kind words are truly over the top. So until next time, cheers.